All right, and a good Sunday to you. Welcome to another episode of JD's Deep Cut Sunday Tracks, of course, where you can get info and details about obscure, long forgotten bands, songs that we haven't heard in a while, songs that have been lost with time. Maybe at one point they were big up there, but then with time, we kind of lost track of them. Okay, a lot of good stuff out there. Every week, we do a different episode, a different band, different song, and hopefully the variety is being liked. Again, if you're new to the channel, check it out. I got a few videos up. Like and subscribe. Okay, appreciate it. Questions, please ask. Comments, okay, always welcomed. This week's a good one. I always say that. This week's a little bit different. Of course, we're gonna be talking about a band that was pretty big in the 80s this time. Well, not big. They were never a charter. They were never mainstream. They had kind of a cult following, if you will. Maybe not. I admire this band. Old friend of mine turned me on to them back in the 80s. What caught my attention for this particular band was the guitar work. I've always been a guitar fan of music, but the guitar stuff, whether it's hard rock, psychedelic, metal, I'm always focusing on the guitar. Okay, I love music that's guitar driven. Okay, of course we all have different tastes and stuff. Hot weekend today. I mean hot weekend Sunday. But again, it's the guitar that catches my attention. Okay, guitar work, arrangements, stuff like that. Today we'll be talking about Concrete Blonde. Okay, Concrete Blonde was an 80s band. It was formed in 82, I believe. Consisted of Jonette Napolitano, Jimmy Mankey. Love that's the guy I'm talking about. Love his guitar work. Great guitar player. Concrete Blonde is unique because they incorporated a lot of different kind of elements. Always the bass being a hard rock driven, but with each album they evolved, of course. But Jimmy Mankey's guitar work, really good. Okay, this is their debut album, self-titled, Concrete Blonde. This band is very special in my heart because I've loved them since the 80s. Okay, old friend of mine turned me on to them. Again, every album has evolved. Okay, the particular song on this album we'll be talking about is "Cold Part of Town." Okay, it was never a single, was never a hit. I've had this album for a few years. It's very hard to come by their albums, especially the first pressings. Okay, I have two. I have their whole collection on CD. I have the compilations. Cold Part of Town. Tell you a little bit about the song. Again, the guitar work. I've always been a fan of rhythm. I've had my stances in bands where I was rhythm guitar player. I've always liked rhythm. Bass, I love the bass. But rhythm guitar, Jim Mankey's guitar work and rhythm style is very unique. It's him when you hear the music. When you hear music, if it's Jim Mankey playing, you're gonna know it's him. That's a great guitar player right there. Of course, lead guitarists, of course, we have a lot of great ones. But I'm not the biggest fan of the, just all over the place lead guitar. I mean, of course, I have my love for a lot of them, but I'm more about the rhythm guitar player. What is he doing? What sound is he getting? What tone is coming out of his guitar? A lot of great ones out there. And the good ones, they kind of outshine. You can tell when it's a good one. Okay, Cold Part of Town. That song is a kind of a mid-tempo song, not too fast. Great guitar work, great intro. Again, Jim Mankey's guitar tone and work on that song is amazing. Okay, I love again Concrete Blonde. They're out of LA, Hollywood. You know, they've always been a fan of their own town. A lot of songs related to their town, you know, Still in Hollywood. Cold Part of Town kind of talks about the downtown alleys of LA, Haunted, you know. LA is a very unique city. Every time I go there, I kind of want to get out of there quick. I don't know why. It's just, it's a cold part of town, I guess. It's, the contrast in LA is, you know, you got nice part coming in, and then you got downtrodden part, you know, downtown area. You want to be out of there by 5 p.m. Who knows what can happen there. But they've kind of admired it. I mean, they're from there. I believe Jim was from the East Coast. A lot of the bands, if you've noticed, met in LA, came from outside, made it big in LA because that's where all the labels are. That's where all the record producers are. So they come down, try to make it there. But I believe this was another transplant. I might be wrong. But yeah, Cold Part of Town. Check that song out. It's about a 4 or 5 minute song. It's on their debut album, Concrete Blonde. You know, they've never been labeled as a punk band. They're labeled, again, I don't like the whole label thing. They're labeled as an alternative rock. But again, to me, Concrete Blonde's just more of a hard rock and roll. You know, maybe the beginning had some hard rock elements. Just a good rock band, you know. But they were kind of thrown into that alternative rock world, I guess. It's kind of like the Cult, you know, the Cult. Billy Duff is just a shredder, amazing guitar player. You know, that's a good example of a great lead guitarist. You know, they've really never had a rhythm guitarist, but you know, it's all about Billy Duffy, and Ian, of course. Okay, that's the core of that band. Jonette's the main songwriter for Concrete Blonde, but Jim's doing all the rhythm arrangements, the rhythm guitar work, and again, you can tell they've been the core of that band. It's always been them two. Okay, so check them out. Check out Concrete Blonde. They have a lot of great albums. Mexican Moon's a great one. Bloodletting's a great album. Dark, very dark album. But their first album is really good. Cold Part of Town, check it out. Okay, a myriad of different kind of styles going, but focusing on that good rockin', hard rocking guitar. Okay, all right. So I hope you're keeping cool on the weekend, keeping yourself cool with the fan, maybe at the beach. All right, so I'll see you on the next one. Again, thank you for watching, and hope you have a good rest of your weekend.